let's chat more about that.
So I would say what we have felt, and we have been on prayer calls. We ran our intercession boot camp during the election. I think my social media has recently been flooded with Alberta separation information, news, people talking about it. We have clients out east that have chatted about it, and and I'm just like, wow, this is catching a wave. And so for me, I listen to it and I'm like, okay, there's something in the air. Like there's prophetically, I'm listening and I'm like, this just sounds like the opposite side of the same coin in terms of frequency. So it doesn't sound like the frequency of heaven. It doesn't sound restorative, but it sounds like a really good idea. So I'm processing this through the lens of like, what's happening in people's hearts that this message is resonating, and I'm watching prophetic voices kind of echo behind it and give it some momentum. And I'm like cringing on the inside. I'm like, no, I it's not resonating with me that's separation is the way forward. Because I'm looking at the nation of Canada as a whole. And so what I've started to uncover is like, what's actually happening underneath the surface in people's hearts. And I would say there's an ache and there's a lot of disillusionment. There's a ton of disappointment. There's a lot to be disappointed about. And what I'm finding is that the election has stirred up where we have just been offended by things and we have tried to make it external to us instead of allowing God to do an internal heart work. And so for me, I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, like the invitation to separate is making an internal reality an external issue. Like I'm going to resolve all my tension by solving this external problem instead of allowing God and inviting God to reveal what's actually happening inside.
Generally, when we do that, we actually just introduce more tension in our lives. So because the issue isn't resolved, I don't actually have authority in that issue. Because I don't have authority in that issue, I just introduce more tension or spread it out, and it becomes worse. It perpetuates anxiety all over because it's like imagine Alberta does separate, okay? There's a lot of stuff that needs to happen for that to happen, but it also introduces a whole new set of issues that we need to talk about. Of like, what does that actually look like? Who's deciding what that new nation looks like, right? And we just assume that if we are out of the current problems, we'll be free. But it generally, and this just happens in life, it generally introduces new problems.